Hi, this is KV, and this is the moon phase report for Leo. So, for you guys right now, this is, I don't know, it's so funny, I always feel like the lingering things with certain signs, and I'm talking about the same thing, but this one is really important about you letting go of things with kind of a bit with how your mind has been operating, and there's going to be this need to kind of like expand things in a way and like kind of let go of limiting things that, from looking at your past, you're seeing how they've been holding you back. And there's something that needs to be rewired in kind of like your higher mind. So even in kind of, opening to more spirituality in your life, or just kind of like seeing things in a more far-sighted way and more expansive and more hopeful. And with this one too, it can also really be letting go of something that is not in your close environment, something that's kind of far away, long distance, something just needing to like really like let it go and give it a rest, and kind of move on from something that you may have been holding on to that's kind of like dampening your energy or keeping you down and not feeling as positive about life. It makes me think of something like regret based, or something like looking back and wishing it could have been done again or done in a better way. And this area is really just wanting a big rebirth and start over and reboot, and so it's kind of best to just like let everything go that has not come together organically and in a smooth and sweet harmonious way, because it's that we have to learn that a lot in life about not controlling things or holding on too tightly to things. And if it doesn't work, if it doesn't come together, it has to just be something that you're more accepting as it's not the right thing, or it's not the right time for this thing. And it's okay to hold on to some things and still dream of some things, but it's not okay if it's like, if it's shrinking your energy now. It's not okay if it's sapping your life force now. So it's okay to hold on to things from the past and to still like create a space for them manifesting in the future, but only if it's something that is kind of just in the background and not something that you're still like missing out on opportunities now because you're so holding on to something that is past based, that hasn't been able to leave your system. So that's going to be something with what's happening right now. And there's also, Mercury going retrograde 2 days after the eclipse. It's going to be down in, you're really going back to the childhood days, going back to, and this is like Saturn's been down there for, over a year, I don't really know how long, but it's already been, this is one of the kind of, one of the most painful places that I believe Saturn sits in our life. And it's where we do really need to let up on control a lot, and to just kind of realize we're not feeling so fantastic, and especially when it moves into the next house, you're into a cycle of being much more inward in life and being much more kind of examining things and being a witness to things, and not so much active and out there and in the world. You're definitely in that more pulled back and kind of looking at your past experiences and seeing what you can learn from them, and seeing what you really need to let go of. So with Mercury going back into this kind of, it's kind of like the root cellar, it's your childhood times, it's your foundation, it's these things that that were programmed into you. It was like how you were nurtured in your beginning days. It was what you experienced in your beginning days that you're, continuing to carry along into your future. And, with the shifting of the ages especially, it's like, you really have to sit back and examine if the values that you've been taking on are really your values, or if they're somebody else's. if they were programmed into you, or if you really do have the heart and soul to follow them and say, yes, this is what I stand for. So you're in that time when, you know, a lot of that stuff is just busting apart, and you're just seeing that it's not valid anymore, and it's not helping you live the life you want to live. And you know, so this time right now, it's really good to just surrender into all the things that are coming up. For the next couple of months, you're really going to be seeing a lot of things. A lot of it is with your thought processes too, so it's what you're saying inside. It's, you know, it's how you're saying, like, noticing these repeating patterns, and how you've kept falling into these same patterns, and how they're not really leading to this awesome result that you really want to have. And so this will be a really big time to kind of go back and examine all that. And you know, it's going to be an effortless kind of process, so excuse me, don't feel like you have to really do a lot, or do a lot of searching to be like, what is this, what is this, what is this? You know, it's like, you'll know. It's going to come up to you. It's going to be presented to you, no doubt. And one of the things too, like with this time, you know, next Saturn's moving into your, you know, 5th house, you know, in like a year and a half, and then it'll be there for 2.5 years, and that's one that really can be really kind of depressing, and you won't feel as creative or as sexual as, or as free-spirited, or, you know, there's a dampening of your happiness when that happens. But there's always these things you can do beforehand, like when it's in the house before, which is really about just surrendering and trusting, and, you know, losing some of the control that you like to have over situations. Because right now you're in this space where you're going to see you have zero control over everything. You know, it's like, it's just happening, and the only control you can really have is over how you deal with things. You know, you can get all stressed and worked up and think that everything has gone to shit and stuff, or you can just be like, hey, there's something to this. There's something for me to learn here. I need to let go of this past programming, childhood stuff that, you know, served me in my early years, but now it's like that stuff doesn't, you know, work now. You know, it doesn't, it's not helping me. It's actually holding me back. It's keeping me in these locked patterns that aren't making me feel as abundant and happy, and, you know, how I really want to be. And so, you know, just kind of acknowledge that and be open to these new kind of value systems coming to you in your life. Let's see. There is actually right now a really big a gate opening to be really productive creatively. Like, there's just a lot of things that are saying, like, pull back, do your own thing, delve into creative endeavors, try to, like, even go through the, you know, healing process of when we delve into our creative gifts. And there's a lot of healing that actually can take place when you are in a creative space. So whenever life is so creative, I mean, and it helps if you are one of those Leos who is just abundantly creative anyway, because I've noticed there's a difference in Leos and some, because it is supposed to be a really creative sign, you know, for sure this is their thing, but a lot of them don't. And I noticed that the ones who don't really delve into the daily creative urges in some form of another, even if it's just cooking, they have these kind of really stunted expressions, and they're not open to any information or any growth, or like something about cutting off that creativity makes them just so stunted that they stay in this same space, and they don't evolve, and they don't change, and they don't grow. So it really is essential, and does not have to be a permanent thing at all. The moment you delve back into creative expressions, you're back there. You know, so it's not something that has to keep them stunted. Nothing's permanent in life like that, you know. But just to kind of open your heart to, like, needing to express that. And honestly, over the next couple months, you are going to be more into opening to that. If you're not there, if you're feeling blocked and not knowing what to do, and, you know, but it is a crucial thing if you're a Leo. You know, if you're not creating artistically in some way, you're just disconnected to who you really are here to be. And that will just have you feeling not as happy and joyful and playful in life. So right now there's just lots of baggage to clear out. There's psychological ones too, and that's the one where value system wise you're having a lot of energy forced your way to say, peel back those layers, peel back those layers. There's things that are hidden. You have actually 3 big hits in all the houses that I consider to be the most difficult ones, where we have to deal with so much that is from others that we've taken on that doesn't really have anything to do with us. And so you have a lot of energy in that right now, and that's good. We have to do this work in our life, but for sure you're being pounded in all of those houses of, I have to deal with this stuff. Psychologically, I've been saying these same things, and that's not really what I want, or, I'm missing something. And, even like meditation will be really big for you right now. That's, meditation and yoga, like, it's kind of everybody now. We've just moved into such a space where it's essential that we, allow for these connecting to spirit times in our life. Really kind of shutting down all the exterior clutter that's going on, that the world that's so full of drama and fear and unsolvables, so it's kind of just best to pull back and just, kind of feel that trusting space that can come when we're in a quiet space, when we shut down the mind and open to surrendering to, allowing, I can't make the words come out, like allowing life to unfold without judging it and looking at it as, oh, this is a bad thing, oh, now this is happening. That's one thing too, if you're having those words, because definitely your words are being put under a spotlight right now, and what you're saying and how you're saying it. But those kind of things, well, of course this is happening to me, and gosh, this stuff always happens, and but just realizing you're so reinforcing it when you're saying it like that. So yes, maybe this thing has happened 10,000 times, but like maybe now be like, just worded in a different way to allow another form of expression to come into your life. So it's important to kind of see it with a higher perspective, see it with a newer perspective, see it in a more far-sighted way, and see it as more of a positive. See one cycle as ending and be excited for a new one beginning, of bringing in more unlimited possibilities into your life. So that's kind of where you're at right now. There is a lot of there is a need for you to be more compassionate with yourself. There could be the possibility that your words are a bit harsh with yourself, that you're feeling really guilty for things you've said and done, and that has you feeling, a little bit more enslaved, and you're going to need to just be more compassionate, and we have to forgive ourselves. We all make mistakes, we all look back and regret things and wish we would have done it different, but the only thing we can really do is forgive ourselves, forgive them, forgive whoever is involved, and then open for a better situation to come out in the future. There's really no sense in beating ourselves up for things. If we did, we will stay in the age of Pisces and be victims forever and keep manifesting things that hold us back. So it's really essential that we just kind of open to, trusting that we all do stupid things. We all do mean things. We all do things we regret. That's what being human is all about. But we're trying to rise to this higher being that can be forgiving, and that says, yeah, I really messed up on that, and I wish I could do it better, and I'm just going to commit to doing it better from this point forward. I'm going to commit to not treating people like that from this point forward, or whatever it is that's ringing a bell with you in your life. So that's what's going on, and plan on a lot of your thought processes to really be coming to your mind over the next couple months, where you do see how limiting that thought was. You'll hear things differently now. You'll probably hear it from others too. That's always kind of a factor with learning these, healing from these things is, we hear somebody else think it and we reject them like, what a nasty way to communicate, or what a disempowering way to talk to somebody else. But whenever we do, where am I hearing a cat sneeze? um, Whenever we do, feel that rejection or disapproval or judgmental feelings of somebody else, and how they're communicating, it always has something for us to see. So if we can just learn that way in life, it's a lot easier. And I hope you can be on our healing call on Saturday. We're going to be working on shame. Kuan Yin has come through and said she wants to work on shame with us. So if you could be on that, that would be great, because I can see that some of this stuff is shame, feeling shame for things, and it's just time to get that out of your system, because we need you abundant, and we need you to also know that the transits that are coming into your life are going to be more downers for a while now. But if you can just trust it, like the seasons in fall and winter, and going into a retreat to actually do healing work, to see it as a benefit, to see it as a good thing, then you can have a completely different experience than if you fight it and control it and say, oh my gosh, everything is so wrong in my life and everything's falling apart, and just saying those things magnetize more of it. So just to get you, right now you're being primed to clear out this stuff from childhood, from your beginning days, from your root cellar, so that you can, handle the things that are going to come with much more of a surrendering attitude, and knowing it's not always going to be like this. There's going to be a lot more light once you move through this stuff. So it's all about your perspective and your attitude right now, and it needs an upgrade. It needs to be rebooted. So, okay, you have a beautiful full moon. I will see you for the new moon on November 3rd, and that one's a solar eclipse. So that's going to be awesome. Okay, I will see you soon. Bye.